stop scrolling. This is going to change how you think about building apps forever. What if I told you that you could build a fully functional app in just 24 hours without coding or hiring any developers? Does it sound impossible? Well, it's not. AI has completely flipped the game. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to go from an idea to a working app in just one day. And this isn't a theory. I'm going to give you the exact AI tools, step-by-step instructions, and real deployment strategies that top builders are already using. So if you're a founder, a developer, or just curious about the future of AI-powered app creation, then this is going to be the most valuable video you can watch. Let's dive in. Here, you're going to have an exact step-by-step plan on how to build an app in 24 hours, okay? There's going to be no coding, no hiring, just straight results. We're going to go step by step. I honestly think this is going to be like the most valuable video you watch on this. So what are you going to learn today? How to build this app in 24 hours, any app that you wish. The exact tools on how to create the design, to code it, and then deploy it so people can use it, download it. And then how you can even incorporate an AI, for example, chatbot, right inside of your app, again, without coding. And then you've built it. How are you going to launch it and get your users fast? So we're going to do all of that. And so by the end of this, you're going to have a live AI-powered app. God damn. Let's get into it. So step one, we have to design the UI, right? What does this product even look like? For that, we can use Uizard or Galileo AI, right? Why are we going to use these tools? Because they use AI to generate these beautiful and ready-to-use UI screens. More importantly, they're ready to use. And I mean, they are stunning. Just go on them, play around with them on Uizard or Galileo AI, and just put in a few prompts. You don't even need a designer anymore. Your only constraint is your creativity. Truly, this AI is like a billion powers extension of the mind. Why not use it? Play around with it, and you're going to see how powerful it is to create these designs. So how can you exactly do it? You're going to go to uizard.io or Galileo AI if you wish. Just sign up, free account, and then enter any prompt, right? For example, I've got here, generate an AI-powered travel planner app, UI, and let's say it's got flight booking, hotel recommendations, and itinerary planning, a sort of Expedia-like idea, just to get a feel of what this is going to be like, right? The AI itself, in about a minute, is going to completely generate the UI end-to-end. It's going to have the home screen. It's going to have maybe a chatbot-style interface. However, you can tweak it, however you'd like. It's going to have a search and booking page, whether it's flights, hotels, whatever else, experiences like Airbnb. And then it's going to have a user dashboard. It's going to save your trips, that you historically have done. It's creating a login account. Maybe it's got your history of booked trips that you booked or any travel preferences. You only want direct flights or you want to specifically fly through Dubai always or whatever it is. Okay. Some pro tips, by the way. If you'd like this copy of this Notion, just put a comment in the comments below and I'll send it directly to you. If you don't like the design, you can obviously just play with the prompts and tweak it. And more importantly, without the prompt, you can just drag and drop editor. It's way more intuitive than trying to do natural language conversation with the design. And then once you're kind of happy with it, just export it. Click download the Figma file or PNG files, and now it's ready to use. Okay. So not even in 10 minutes, we now have a fully designed app. What would have taken the designer hours, maybe even days. So let's build it now. Let's go and develop the app. So we got two tools here. I'm going to first talk about Cursor AI, which gives you a little bit more control, and Replit gives you a little bit sort of easier to use possibilities. So Cursor AI is basically an AI-powered code editor. Why we're going to use it? It's going to write super clean reactive code or Flutter code or whatever JavaScript-based code you may want to use. It will debug it, and it will fix any issues in real time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Cursor AI, just Google it, go on the URL, make an account. It's free, and it's basically this code editor. You don't need to know, right? It's not important, right? And then go straight into it and enter the prompt. Generate a React Native app based on the UI designs that you're going to upload, And then you give it some prompts, sub-prompts. These are important because you need to sort of tease with it, okay? You want it to be a chatbot for travel assistance, and we're going to integrate specifically the OpenAI API, or if you have other preferences, you can just mention that, Claude, or whatever the other ones you want to use. Maybe you want to use Grok. You want it to have a search feature for flights and hotels. So you want it to specifically use Skyscanner API. Remember, today you don't need to build anything from scratch, right? Even Shopify stores, no one's built the infrastructure for your e-commerce store. People just have the idea of what they want to sell. They go on Shopify, create the store. They don't even have to build the payment network. They integrate Stripe. Easy, right? We live in the world of APIs. Use them to your own advantage. Leverage them. Then we also want to use a booking system, like I said, with Stripe. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just use what's already there and assemble it in your unique method or your idea. This is literally click prompt. It will spin for a few minutes and it's going to generate a working React Native code base like that. And then you can ask AI to optimize because it's going to give you a little visual. Maybe you want it to be super high performance, maybe beautiful design like Airbnb, great animations like Duolingo. You can add these elements. You want to gamify it again, like Duolingo does it very well. Maybe you want the sleek look of Netflix, whatever it is. Okay. So we'll go straight into it. Another tool you can use if you need a little bit more help on the coding side is Replit. So this requires a little bit less developer knowledge. And this is basically like the Google Docs for coding, right? It allows real-time collaboration. You don't need to set up your local environment. You can just basically go into a web browser and start coding. Very simple, very easy. And this basically generates your AI code instantly as well. So what you can do is, again, open Replit, create a free account, easy, and then you just click create new React Native project. We want to use React Native because it's a very good mobile app language. And then we're going to paste all the code that we took from Cursor AI and put it directly into Replit and click run. And so this basically takes the code created by Cursor AI and then builds it into a deployable app. And so you're going to use, and it's going to give you like a live preview of what the app looks like, and you can play with it and function with it, etc. And then you're going to use Replit's AI-powered debugger. For example, if you click a button and it's not doing what you want it to do, or you're going overly complex, I would suggest you just start with a very simple idea to get a feel for what this looks like. But if you want to add more complexity to it, some of the user journeys or the connections on the maps or whatever it may be, maybe a little broken or not behaving in the way you'd like, not fundamentally broken, but just not kind of the user experience you'd want, you can just fix it in the natural language questioning. And you can ask the ghostwriter within Replit. It's very obvious. You can see the box for it. You can say, make this the fastest app you've ever seen, the most beautiful user experience, the most seamless user journey, and super high performance speed, right? You could just say all these things and it will literally just do it for you. And then you're going to use Expo, which is a React Native framework. You don't really need to know what it is. It just makes it super easy to encase a framework in which you can build your React Native apps, okay? It's a little bit like Squarespace for HTML, CSS websites. That gives an analogy to you. Super easy to deploy, right? So now you've developed the app. Won't, if you're focused, take you about an hour. Now, let's make it a little bit more interesting, right? Because I promised you this is going to be stacked with value. You're going to add some AI features into your app, right? Let's think about like a chatbot, like you go into ChatGPT, but you want this sort of be using OpenAI. So I personally think Claude 3.7 or the latest OpenAI, they're releasing 4.5 and 5 in the next few months. So, these are really great products to use. And one way to think about it, if you integrate AI inside of your app, you're building a surfboard that is riding the huge wave of AI. Because if you plug into the latest AI model, every time the AI model upgrades, and we've all experienced it when we're playing around with ChatGPT or Claude, latest one 3.7 just came out, that improves, definitely your product improves. You are just building this surfboard that is riding this huge wave, and it becomes a lot more sustainable. And so it's about getting people onto your surfboard that is your defensible moat. You don't have to compete with OpenAI. You can leverage it. So then how are you going to integrate this? Sounds so difficult. How are you going to put AI inside your product? Right. Go into the OpenAI developer portal, Google it, and create your own API key. Very, very simple. Simple steps. If you don't know how to do that, write in ChatGPT how do I get an API key for OpenAI? Very simple, gives you step-by-step instructions. Then go back to Replit, and in JavaScript, it's very simple. Just literally copy and paste this and replace this line with obviously your API key. Okay. Then you may want to create a chatbot for a conversational interface for your own app. And you're going to create this AI powered chatbot inside of your app. And you can copy and paste this, for example, right? And this is an example. Best travel destinations for like it's a placeholder, and you can change the tokens that you want to allow people to search, because otherwise they're going to rinse you on your budget, and you can just play around with this and see what comes out. Now, users inside of your app can chat with AI. You have just built an AI powered chat app. Incredible. Also, you want to be able to have a good user experience, i.e. when your user come back to your app, they sort of have some history of what they previously typed. For example, on ChatGPT, it's got your chat history, all your conversations there. To do this, you can use Firebase. Very easy to set up. Again, just go and Google Firebase console, click create new project, and then just add this Firebase SDK, which you can find, and then just put it directly into the Replit app. Okay. Ask ChatGPT how to do that if you're not sure. And you specifically will use a Firebase Firestore to, store stuff like, oh, my user really only wants to fly through Dubai. I only want direct flights. I only want to fly in the mornings, no overnight flights, whatever else. And then, any trip history that they may have taken through your platform, any previous bookings, things like that. All right. So you've built it. Now we're going to deploy it. And this is the point. Most people stop here. I think most people stop at the idea, like a few months ago. Oh, I had this idea for this new app, and they don't know where to start. This is supposed to get you off the couch. You don't want to stop at just building. You now want to deploy it and get into your customers' hands. Get that traction. It's too easy today not to do it, right? So let's launch. And you can deploy this super easily just using two things, Expo and Vercel, right? And you can instantly deploy. So go into Expo. Again, it's this React Native framework. Google it if you don't know what it is. And you can straight away generate an APK. You don't even need to get into the app stores. You don't need to pay your $99 or $25 to Google or Apple, $99 a year for Apple. You don't need to do any of that. You can just download this APK, and then you can send it to your friends on WhatsApp, and they can literally download your Android app immediately. iOS, you will obviously need to put a test flight on Apple App Store, and it's, again, all free and easy to do. And you'll just simply in Bash write these two lines. Again, just copy it. Be shamelessly copying to get what you want. And then if it's a web app, you can use Vercel, right? And you can just, again, in Bash, Vercel, that's just prod. You're now live in a new browser, and you're going to have a downloadable link or a shareable link that you can send to your family, friends, or your socials, or wherever else to get your initial feedback on what do you think of this? Would you use it? And again, this is taking you like just a couple of hours put together. This is insane, the world we're living in. It's absolutely unbelievable. And now you have a fully deployed working app ready for real users. So now how do we get actual users? How do we get our first 1,000 customers? How do we start getting money, putting a payment system in? So super free traffic. Again, list online. You can just use ChatGPT to say, where can I get my first 1,000 users, and follow those instructions? Or things that we already know is you go to Product Hunt and you can post your project there, and you'll get your free sort of early customers. And on Product Hunt, you tend to get the type of customer who is a early adopter. Okay. And so they're willing to try new things, and you're going to get really good evangelist type of feedback. It's actually gold dust what's over there. You can go on Reddit. Again, don't spam there. You'll get banned. Be very genuine, authentic, and being high value contributor there. You can get some real instant feedback. Your LinkedIn. Everyone's got a LinkedIn. God knows why we have a LinkedIn these days. It's kind of a rubbish platform. It's turning into a bit of a TikTok. Who knows? There, you can go and post your product, get some feedback from people who look at your content, and just maybe if you need to get an investor, which honestly, who needs money to build apps these days? I just showed you how to do it for very free, or any partners to join you on your venture if you want to take it more seriously. And if you want to like publicize it or create an Instagram post of it, you don't even need to be a fantastic designer to create the social post anymore, right? Or you don't need to be an expert in Canva or Figma. You can just go to AdCreative.ai, and it will literally create, again, your publicity around it in terms of your socials, etc. So you can market your app like that. Now you've got your first real users and your product being used already all within the first day. So to recap, what have we just gone through in this particular video? We have just built and designed an app in basically an hour or two, right? And you've deployed it. That's the most important part of this, the deployment, which I think is missing from so many tutorials today, is actually how do you get the actual product from what you built in Replit to your customer. Again, using Expo, Vercel, and you can get that shareable link or shareable APK, this Android app or iOS, and just send it on WhatsApp, send it on Product Hunt, just get it, put it out there. Be shameless. Even if it's not what you're most proud of, get that feedback. If you're serious about your idea, take building it more seriously. Get it into your users' hands. It's 2025. It's never been easier to think something and then to create it. We all know the famous quote, everything around you, right? This frame or this wall or the chair I'm sitting in or the laptop I'm recording this from or the Loom app I'm using to film this. They were all created in someone's mind and then in reality. But we're entering into a world of complete abundance where the only constraint is your creativity now. You're not constrained by your technical skills. You're not constrained by not enough time. You're not constrained by money. You're not constrained by not understanding what to do or what the steps are. You're only constrained by your creativity. It's just an unbelievable time to be alive. I wake up every day just jumping out of bed. It's insane, the world we're living in. And so what used to take months, you can do in a day. So if you just want me to send you this Ocean, I've put a comment down below and I'll send it to you directly. Get in touch with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, and more than happy to send you a copy. Show me what you're going to build. I'm so excited for your journeys. Have the best time. Have an amazing life and see you in the next video.